people, I'm Homesteading Barbie. Today we are going to be making homemade kimchi. This is a really wonderful way to sneak in some probiotics and put it in your salad, put it in your veggie wrap, whatever you want. And it is, you can even eat it by itself. It is delicious. So I have this absolutely gorgeous cabbage here. How pretty is that? And we are going to save this whole middle part because, as you can see, it's starting to grow roots. So this can be a cut and come again. So don't throw that away. Okay, so I'm going to cut that out. Cut out the core. And I'm going to pop it in some water and put it in a sunny spot so that it can maybe grow another cabbage someday. And then you can either put this in a chopper or just hand chop it yourself. Either way, we're going to make it pretty small. Okay, when you're happy with the size of your cabbage, you can go ahead and put it in your bowl. Now you don't ever, when you're fermenting, want to use plastic or metal at all, or really even wood. You want to use, this one is ceramic, so that's fine, or glass, because while it's fermenting, it's going to absorb all of the things that are around it. So you don't want any of that plastic or metal in there at all. And then I'm going to be using some coarse sea salt. Any sort of coarse salt is fine. And I'm going to put a pretty generous amount, maybe, depends on how much cabbage you have, but so kind of like that, maybe 2 tablespoons, I'd say. And then I'm just going to kind of massage it in here. Get that nice and massaged. And then I'm going to put a towel over it. And I'm going to leave that until tomorrow. Now tomorrow, I have one that I did yesterday. So now I'm going to put the cabbage in this strainer and I'm going to rinse it to get all of that salt off. Give it a nice rinse. And make sure it drains completely. Okay, when it's done draining, we're going to throw it back in the bowl. At this point, you can add carrots. I'm not going to. I like it just with the cabbage. Later, we can add cucumber if you like, but just cabbage is sufficient as well. All right, we're going to put maybe a splash, a couple teaspoons maybe, of apple cider vinegar. With the mother, you can make this yourself or buy it. And then this is the fish sauce. I'm just going to put a couple sprinkles, maybe a half a teaspoon or an eighth of a teaspoon, depending on how much cabbage you have. I'm going to put a little finger of ginger and a nice clove of garlic. How much ginger and garlic you use is completely up to you. You can mince it. You can chop it roughly. It really just depends on how you like it. I don't want huge chunks of garlic in there, so I'm gonna use my garlic crusher. But I do want quite a bit of garlic. You saw how big that garlic clove was. But it's completely up to you how much or how little you use, whatever your taste preference is. So there's the garlic, and then I'm gonna mince my ginger. I like to leave the skin on. There's a lot of good nutrients in the skin, but you can take it off if you like. I actually am using a chunk of ginger that I use for my ginger bug, so there's really good probiotics in this too. And you can check out my ginger bug video if you like as well. So I minced my ginger pretty fine. I'm gonna mince it pretty fine because I don't want to take a bite and have it be all ginger. Okay, now I'm gonna stir it up. And I'm gonna put it in my mason jar. You can add different spices if you like. I used to. I found this is plenty. It's very flavorful. It's really tasty. You can add sesame seeds. I used to add something that I would use for my spicy tuna that kind of gave it a different sort of Asian flavor, but it's not really even necessary. But if there is a flavor that you think would be good in here, feel free to add it in. But for me, this is just perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna push that down, and you may have more than this, but I just made a little batch the other day. I'm gonna take my fingers and really squish it down. This is a super duper important part, because this is going to make all those flavors just get together. And then I'm going to put a top on it. You can use a coffee filter or a towel. And I'm going to let that sit, and then I can consume it tomorrow. So that's it. I hope you enjoy your homemade kimchi recipe. It's another great way to sneak in those probiotics. If you did enjoy, please like, share, and subscribe, and have a great day.